Um, so before I start this video, I want to know, does anyone else's cat sit like this? No? Maybe? Is it just me? Well, just let me know in the comment section down below, because this is just weird. Never seen a cat do this, but weird. Anyway, back to the video. Hey guys, welcome back to this beautiful channel. It is me, the Chainsaw Maniac, and I'm here with another one of these videos, just talking about my experiences so far in making webcomics and just drawing in general, I guess. As you can see, I'm kind of just figuring out some poses in the background there. Yeah, just trying to figure out exactly what the hell is going on here with this character here in the back. But in the meantime, I'll chat to you guys about my experience this far with I guess just in the webtoon atmosphere, tappers, you know, just webcomics in general. I mean, so far it's been going pretty well. I mean, I just literally started, got 9 subs, pretty good, pretty decent in webtoon tappers. I got like 2, but I mean, I just started, so you know, I don't expect to get like a million on my first try, you know. So far everybody's enjoying the webcomic series I put up. Link in the description if you guys want to check that out. Yeah, but so far I've got a lot of positive comments on my series. People seem to really like it, so especially the actiony parts, which are my favorite. So you know, I'm enjoying it, they enjoying it, we all enjoying it. That's what it is, you know. That's why I do it. And even if it's just 9 or 10 people reading my comic, that's who I do it for. Okay, they are the 10 or 9 people that I'm doing this for, and I just enjoy it at the end of the day, you know. So yeah, also like I've like in the how do you say, I guess webcomic webtoon community, I'm not sure, like because some of them don't necessarily do webcomics on webtoon. They might do it on other platforms, but just webcomics in general, I guess. A lot of them have been like very kind and nice, and like giving me tips and like showing me exactly what's going on, and that's pretty cool. I like that's, you know, it's awesome to have like a community back you up whenever if they enjoy what you do and they want to see more from you, you know. I've also gotten a lot of traction with a lot of people who does also, they do a bunch of videos on YouTube as well to help you out to do webtoon and stuff like that. Yeah, so I kind of learn from them as well, like and so far in the webtoon, I've heard like in the webtoon community, like the people, like you know, the most of the creators post on Canvas. Canvas is kind of, because webtoon has like 2 different parts to it. It has the Canvas section, and then there's the original section. The original section is people who get paid by webtoon to pitch their ideas, and I can't remember exactly how it works, but basically they work for webtoon, I guess. Webtoon pays them for the series for a certain amount of episodes they do, and yada yada. Yeah, I don't know, you guys can probably research and check exactly where it goes on. But if you go to the Canvas section, that's where I am and most people are. For those of you who don't know, webtoon doesn't necessarily have an algorithm like YouTube, so it's just basically people actually like personally reviewing your work and then looking at your work and deciding whether or not it should be where it should be, you know what I mean? Like, should it be in spotlight, should it be up there, should it be here? And there's a very small team working on that, so it's a little weird. Like, it's like, I heard it's like 3 people. I don't know if it's been increased now. I don't know if it's like 10 people now, which is still too little. You need at least thousands of people, if not 1,000 people working on that, which just makes it more efficient. I mean, maybe not 1,000, maybe that's still a bit more of exaggeration, maybe like 30 or 50 people. I mean, it doesn't need to be necessarily that big, but I mean, just a good amount to review work. Because like, if it's 3 people, as people say, these 3 people have to sit through this entire, like they have to read so much and then decide whether or not that goes where it needs to go, which is just insane. So yeah, I mean, you either have to be just very lucky to get up there anyway. So yeah, I mean, the best way I found like around this, the best like way I found around this is like if you planning to do a webcomic series, right, on Webtoon, the best way to do this is pick the genre that has the least saturation in terms of content on it. So like, for example, if you go to the sports genre, you'll see there's only like 300 comics there, as opposed to the fantasy genre, which has like over 100 and I don't know how much, like thousands of comics over there, which means they have to sift through that entire 100 and something thousand to get to your shit. I think it's about 30,000. I'm not sure if it's that big, but it's like a bunch. It's a lot. It's a lot. That's all you need to know. So I think the zombie genre and the anything that's not fantasy, action, fantasy, action, romance, or I mean the crime and detective part also is also not that really big. So I mean, you just go for the least saturated genres, and I think you will definitely get it will be much easier for you to get some shine in the light, you know what I mean? And what I would say for those of you just starting out is, don't worry in terms of like starting a long form series. Do not start your first webcomic with a long form series, because at this point you're just practically learning exactly what's going on with Webtoon, unless you know everything, and then that's cool. But I mean, I would say don't start a long form series. Start a very short series, so that you can get the hang of everything and know exactly where you fall into, what's your best, so you can basically figure out what your people who's reading your comics want, what they want to see more of, you know. So yeah, I would suggest just starting a very short form series. Pick the less saturated genres. Don't be like me. I picked action and fantasy. I mean, action isn't actually that big. It's pretty decent size, but I mean, it's not that big. But it is pretty weighty. I don't think I'll ever get like up there. But I just basically started. So I mean, this series is also not going to be long form for me. So the next series I'm gonna do exactly what I say now and exactly what I figured out. So yeah, so take my words for it, guys. Don't do that. Don't just jump into the most saturated genre, and do not start a long form series. You're just gonna end up wasting your time, I would say, because you're just kind of figuring things out. And you can do that very easily with a short form series, and you won't really waste that much time, because by the time you're done, you will have learned so much, and you would gain that experience needed for your next starting your next webcomic series, because I'm sure you have other ideas that you want to try, or you figure out something else that you want to try. So do not waste your time with that. Also, just get yourself out there. I mean, don't worry about your art. Your art will always improve over time. Okay, I mean, like think about the greatest artists you can think of. I mean, they didn't just start off amazing. Okay, that's just not how it works. Okay, I mean, all great artists had their falls, their ups, their downs, you know. Things that the depressions, they all went through crazy shit probably to get where they are right now. No one really knows. I mean, there are some people who are just born absolutely talented. Like, I know a guy, and his artwork is insane. Like I like you don't understand. This kid has been drawing since 3rd grade, and his 3rd grade art shits on most people's art that I've seen like today. Like, I mean, it's just insane, like the things he can do. But I don't know how, like, there's just some people who's born with this absolute talent and they can just do shit. So I mean, there's those guys, and then there's people like me who actually, you know, kind of have to work really hard to get where we are right now. I mean, some people might say like I was just born talented, but I guess I just had that work ethic. Like, I've been drawing since I've like 6 years old, and I mean, I've had like years of experience to get where I am right now. I mean, I'm still look at the background. I'm still learning poses, and I'm still learning all the shit. I mean, there's people who can just think of a pose and draw the character in that pose without making a single mistake. I mean, there's those type of guys. And then there's me. I gotta figure out exactly what's going on here. I gotta try and figure out these poses, you know. Yeah, so I mean, there's me and then there's them, you know. So yeah, I don't know how they do it. They just completely insane. So yeah, basically, if you have an idea or a story or whatever you want to put out, but you want to put it out in comic form and whatever, just get out there. Don't worry about your art. Your art doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to look good enough. Just good enough to convey your story or the point you're trying to get across. It doesn't have to be insane. I mean, you could literally also, if you know a guy who's good in his artwork and shit like that, you know, you could just hire them, and then I mean, and write your story, and you can do the rest. I mean, there's that option as well. I mean, you could also you could have you could work together with someone as well. I mean, a lot of webtoon artists do that as well. They kind of collab with each other and they try to figure out together. They make teams and stuff like that. Unlike me, I'm just kind of, I do everything by myself. Okay, it's just I don't have the money to pay people to do to help me out and stuff like that. But one day, you know, I might want to hire someone to help me out. Maybe the insane guy who was just born absolutely talented. I wouldn't mind hiring him. Actually, he's one of my best friends, so I wouldn't mind hiring the guy. I've known him for a few years, and just to help me out with a bunch of stuff, that'll be cool. Because I know he's just a freaking beast when it comes to just drawing, and you know, there's just no comparison with our work. Like, I mean, at this point, I've gotten to I guess his 3rd grade level, like the way he used to draw in 3rd grade. I guess I've gotten to that point, but I don't know how far he's probably like way ahead right now. But that's a tangent, and that's cool because I don't really have a script for this video, and I'm just kind of talking out my ass right now. But that's cool. It is what it is. But I would like to see exactly where this webcomic takes me. It's not gonna be a long thing, like I said, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't think I'm not sure I'll gain that much traction on it, but some traction's enough, you know. Maybe they're just not into this form of, you know, comic. I have other webcomic ideas. I don't know, there's some of them and I was like, damn, I should have gone for that, but most of them are comedy ideas, and the comedy genre in webtoon is absolutely insanely saturated. It's just, there's so much people doing comedy in there, and I don't think I will ever get a shot at it unless I really build off the other genres, you know what I mean? And that's my plan, really, just to go into the other genres, do what I gotta do, create interesting storylines, webcomics and whatever, draw a crowd from them, and then do my big webcomic where they will all just gather, you know, and read, hopefully. But yeah, that's basically my plan. So we're gonna see how that goes. This image here in the back as well that I'm drawing, it's actually for this artist I'm following. She does webcomics as well. Pass me the adobo. I mean, you should check her comic out as well. It's pretty awesome. I enjoyed it. It's how can you say, I don't know what genre it falls into, but it's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty entertaining. It's about this like princess who's, it's a kind of a take on a Cinderella story, but with a twist to it, and it's pretty cool. Artwork's pretty simplistic. I love it. It's very colorful. Well, not colorful, but like pretty, just pretty in general. And yeah, it's a little weird, like me reading that, but I mean, I enjoy it. Sometimes the those type of things I enjoy. It has a little mystery to it, a little bit of a, it has something to it. It just attracts me. I don't know why. It's an awesome comic. For those of you who might like that comic, I'm gonna leave a link to that comic in the description down below if you guys want to check that one out. Pretty awesome. But this is for one of the Instagram. She had like a type of contest or whatever going on, and I was like, oh cool, this will be awesome to draw another person's character like in your own image. And it's actually good practice for me in terms of just posing, because you know I was gonna do the pose practicing anyway, but I thought, why don't I just throw this character on one of the poses and see how it looks? And so that's what I'm doing. I'm also trying to figure out eyes as well, you know, trying to figure out how I want to draw my eyes. Because I've kind of just drawn my eyes in a way, it's kind of a mixed style. It's a bunch of styles thrown into it. Maybe I must go with a more anime like eyelashes, I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of how I'm doing it now. That's cool. Not really good at long form talking as well. I don't know. I mean, as opposed to like, I mean, I've had podcasts before, but I mean, like just talking about my artwork and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. I usually just do it rather than talk about it. But I thought it would be interesting to share my experiences about what I'm doing, exactly how I do it, and whatever. Maybe you know what, a brush off on someone. They'll gain inspiration or something, you know. I might do that, and that's pretty cool. Maybe someone will get inspiration from it. I don't know. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I've also got some comments on my comic book. Like people have been like, what in God's name is going on? Like, it's so all over the place, but trust me, there is a reason for everything in that comic book. It seems all over the place, but it's one of those things where it's just gonna get explained later. It's just I haven't like what I like doing is just I like throwing people just into the deep end. So my comic just starts off with an amazing battle scene where it's just crazy shit happening, and then yeah, but I usually like starting my comics. I don't like doing it from beginning to end like linear. I mean, it's pretty boring that way. Come on, let's be honest, right? So what I do is, in my insane mind, I decide, okay, I'm just gonna start anyway. Doesn't matter where I start, I will start it wherever. And I just kind of just started in the middle, right close to the end, or right close to the beginning. It's just, I like starting it just not in the beginning or end, you know. I mean, sometimes the end works well, like if you work backwards it can work pretty good, but yeah, I like starting in the middle and then expanding from the middle. That's kind of like the way I like writing my stories. I don't know if you guys like it that way, but I mean, from what I've read from my comments, I mean, people are really enjoying it so far. They're pretty interested to know exactly what's going on with the characters or whatever. And I'll be honest, I myself don't know what exactly is going on with the characters because I just kind of did a basic outline for them. So I can't really go in detail exactly who these characters are, what's their backstory, because that's obviously gonna happen in the story. What I can say is from what's up right now of my comic book, the merchant, which is the guy who comes in on the 4th episode, he's the main protagonist, of course he is. And there are actually 2 protagonists to the series. I don't know if you guys caught who exactly they are, but obviously the merchant guy, and then there's a second one which you also meet, but there's another character that you will meet later who's also going to be the the second protagonist in the series, and the series mostly revolves around these 2 protagonists. One could be possibly an antagonist as well. It just depends how you look at it, I guess. So this is the way I'm kind of doing it. Is like, I don't know if you've watched Naruto, where kind of it's the story is about Naruto, but they give from Sasuke's perspective as well, which is the way I would like to kind of do this story. Just giving a different point of view from another character's perspective. So you're gonna get, so the story is gonna be told from 2 perspectives, and that's kind of what I thought would be the best action for this comic. I don't know if it is, but we're gonna see. It seems interesting enough for me, so I don't know about you guys, but that's what I got from that. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen my webcomic yet, I suggest you do. I bet you'll have a good time. It's also it's going a bit more on the romantic side as well, I guess. But it is an action fantasy. There is some romantic elements, I guess, too. Not romance in general, just 2 characters getting too close. I don't know. And now you explain that, but you know what I mean. But I want to throw in some drama as well. You gotta have that drama in there, to keep things interesting. You can't just have people just beating the shit out of each other. I mean, you could if you want to be a DBZ type thing, but I mean, that's not what this comic is. It's more of I think this comic is more of a character discovery comic. Like, characters are finally figuring out who exactly they are and what they want to do. And that's kind of what it is. The characters have purposes. They have goals. They want to figure out exactly what's going on. I need to add more characters to the story as well, because they're gonna head in one of the later comics to a village, which is where everything is gonna take place. So I need to add a bunch of randos, bunch of characters just surrounding the main character, those type of characters. Like for example, like in Dragon Ball Z, you have the Z warriors. They kind of stand around Goku. They're not the main characters, but they kind of important to the story, I guess. So yeah, I'm also trying to keep up with YouTube as well. I want to do regular YouTube videos as well. I have work, so my schedule is kind of crazy because I have work, right? Because I'm working from home, right? So I finish at work. That's a 9 to 5. Finish at work. I have break time from 1 to 2. So usually during that break time is where I work on my comic a bit, and then at night time I work a bit more on my webcomic, and then I record these videos on the weekends. But sometimes I have to record them at night because sometimes something happens on the weekend and I can't record them. So I gotta kind of find a way around that. It's a good thing I am amazing at editing, because I've been doing video editing and all that type of stuff, and I'm an animator, so I've been working in the animation and video I guess you can say, media industry for a while now, for like 5 years, 4 years. So I can get things out pretty fast if I need to. But like, damn, it's like the schedule is just insane. But I I get through it. I get through it. Sometimes I just won't upload on a Thursday, which is just not good, because I learned that the YouTube algorithm doesn't really care how much videos you put out. It just cares if you're being more consistent. So if you're gonna put out every Tuesday, put out every Tuesday, you know. But I want to do every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes I want to do weekends, but you know, I can't. So I think 2 videos a week is a good amount of free content for you guys. I mean, if you guys want to get some exclusive content, you can follow me on my Patreon. I mean, there's a bunch of shit on there. I post up my sketchbooks. You get early webcomic episodes as well when I do complete them. Also, like scheduling my comic books. Also, I'm trying to do that more. I was trying to figure out the different time zones exactly, and yeah, it's just it gives me a headache. But so basically, I live in South Africa, right? So the time zone here, we are 7 to 10 hours ahead of America, from what I can tell. And obviously, I'm working from American, from the US, because I'm working like the time zone from the US, because Webtoon specifically wants US views. So yeah, so I usually try to work a schedule around that as well. So I try to post myself. I have to post my stuff at 4 o'clock in the morning here, I guess. And I will get to, which means that will get to the people in the US at about let me just think. Yeah, it's about 6 o'clock. I will get to the people in the US 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on the time zones, I guess. So yeah, so I've just been trying to figure out the scheduling thing as well as YouTube as well, because figuring out the best times to upload is also a little bit crazy. So I mean, for on Tuesdays, my videos will be up in I uploaded at 1:15 here, right? I schedule it for upload at 1:15, and then it premieres. Like, I set up the premiere thing, and yeah. And then on Thursdays I schedule it for 6 o'clock at night. Because I usually do, sometimes if I miss a recording on the weekend, I usually just, if I miss a recording on a weekend, I usually record it on Thursday after work. So yeah, and then I edit it immediately afterwards and then put it out there. So yeah, I think every Thursdays I'm gonna do a bit of not just web comics, but like more artsy stuff, I guess. Like you guys maybe want to see me 3D model some stuff, or you want to see me go through my process on certain aspects of things. I mean, so yeah, I mean, so it's not just drawing. I mean, I could do sculpting, like sculpting 3D models as well, if you guys want to see maybe some of that. Maybe some texturing with the sculpts and or some crazy stuff like that. I mean, it'll take some time, but I don't mind doing it for you guys. If I have the time, I'll do it for you guys. Maybe you won't get just get time lapses of me drawing, but you'll actually get time lapses of me like actually doing like 3D modeling stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's something that you guys might get, and hopefully enjoy that. I'm pretty sure you will. Also, you guys, if you're really stuck on like an art piece or something, it's always good to find a reference for it and figure things out that way. Or what I do is I gain inspiration from other creators. Basically, look at their work exactly, and inspires me to, you know, become better, and like gives me some more inspiration. You know what I mean? You know, I always want to talk about like webtoon stuff and exactly how I go through my stuff, my process and everything, but I feel like I don't have enough experience in this yet to give you guys any information or anything. But I mean, we'll see how it goes. You know, I can give you some info, like some tips and tricks on my artwork, of course, which I will be doing. I will be talking about in my next video. What type of like in my next video I will be talking about like how to like do special effects, like in your comic book, like really fast. If you guys want to get it done quick as possible, I'll talk about that. And then I'll talk about also like doing backgrounds pretty fast as well, because I have some tricks on that. It's a bit of a hack, but I mean, if you're willing to check that out as well, it will really help you finish some backgrounds very quickly. This is very general backgrounds though, like maybe you want some trees in the background or whatever. It helps. Okay. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but I don't really have the experience right now to talk about it. So we'll see in the future. Maybe I'll talk about maybe some 3D modeling or whatever. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, we'll figure it out as we go along. You know, we'll see. So guys, if you want a little bit more info on how to maybe do little things story wise, or a little bit more info on webtoon, or figuring out a little bit more about your webcomics, you know, go ahead and check out the links down below. There's some artists that I recommend checking out their stuff for you guys if you want to know more about those type of things. It will be down in the description down below. There's some artists there that I really recommend you check out. Subscribe to the channel and enjoy. Oh yeah, and let them know that the Chainsaw Maniac sent you there. Yeah, give me a little shout out there, guys. Come on, just throw me a damn bone over there, you know, toss my name out. That's what I'm saying. Just do that. If you enjoyed this video, you know what, don't forget to leave a like down there. Comment down below what you guys thoughts are. Let me know what you think of this video. And if you guys haven't seen my webcomic yet, go ahead and check it out. It's gonna get juicy, trust me. It's gonna get really juicy, guys. You're gonna want to stick around for that shit. Go ahead and check it out on Webtoon and Tapas. Both links are down below. If you guys want to support what I do, feel free to go into my Patreon and leave a tip, or even just, you know, join one of the tiers. It's only one tier, which is the welcome to the family tier, where you can get bonus content and exclusive content, as well as early web comic episodes. So you guys can do that. Like every Tuesday you will get your gaming videos. Every Thursday you get videos like this. So those of you who are more interested in the gaming, stay tuned Tuesdays. Those of you more interested into like the artsy type of stuff, the 3D modeling, the crazy shenanigans that I get onto in terms of my artwork and drawings, designs and stuff like that, you know, stay tuned on Thursdays and you will get that type of content. So you get the best of both worlds. You know, you like gaming and you like comic books, as well as 3D modeling, animation and all that crazy stuff. You know, you get that on Thursdays. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.